Like, we
Hey,
ain't gonna do it.
it can seriously be debated though.
Like, we can't do it. Welcome to Poodle Beach Sports. Straight to the conversation that we were having off air.
And begin.
So we were talking about James. Actually, James, you set it up, and then I'll explain why I have my.
I set up the debate of where I had a friend in church yesterday that said Kobe was better than Jordan. Like, and he said it can be debated, and Jose just jumped straight in.
Okay. So Alex and Trey agree with James. It's like it's not really a debate. I'm saying if you're talking about skills wise only, not just careers, I'm saying it's a debate. So here's why. Kobe is essentially everything he is. He is Jordan, right?
Yeah.
Like from the freaking armband all the way to the elbow. You know, his skill sets, his pump fakes, all this shit. Mm-hmm. He is. What I would say when you compare their careers, who had the most difficult road to where they made it to the top?
That's you cut me off, and that's the argument he said.
It's not
the road to the title and the people he faced in the finals was much harder than Jordan. But I'll let you finish before I make my rebuttal.
I would even say the finals, right? Because no discredit to the East.
Yeah.
You know what the East is in the late 90s, the 2000s is basura. It's LeBron and basura, right?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is the road to get there, right? Yeah. If we arguing how many seasons did each guy miss the playoffs?
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. How many times did they make it with a for sure secondary guy? So MJ, Pippen, Kobe, Shaq, and depending where you see Pau Gasol.
Yeah.
However you want to see it that way.
Yeah.
The road to get there, and mind you, Kobe went to the finals 7 times in his 20-year career.
Yeah.
So, and one's a 3-peat and the other one is a 2-peat. Other one's losses. To the Bad Boy Pistons 2 and the Big 3 Celtics, respectively. So those are tough roads.
Yeah.
The road to get to the finals has got to be one of the most scariest, nerve-wracking roads possible. You're talking about the Tim Duncan Big 3 Spurs. David Robinson, when more to the end of his career. Yeah. We're talking about Steve Nash when he was with Dirk Nowitzki, before Steve Nash was then with Amari. Or we're talking about just whatever you want to use as far as the West. Because the West was a monster.
I mean, he has some of the greatest Western Conference teams to play. I mean, you look at Denver with Melo, Iverson, Billups, and that squad of a young JR, Kenyon Martin, Marcus Camby. You got the Scottie Pippen Blazers when they had Rasheed. They had, they had like a tough nucleus of players right there. If not for a shot, we can go on all day. He had the
I'll say this, James, to cut you off real quick. I'll say this. Name me another Eastern Conference player that you can consider right now, all time, top 5, top 10, however you want to put it, that was really stopping MJ in his way once his career was going off. Outside of Larry Bird, because Larry stopped him every chance he got. Yeah. Isaiah Thomas and the Bad Boy Pistons stopped him every turn. And then once he got it going on with Pippen, that's when they got it. Kobe, if there is no Tim Duncan, I don't know what that freaking Lakers team is, without an opposition like that. Because the Tim Duncan, and that's where I have Tim Duncan as a top 5 player, because he did so much. Because he also had to battle those things. People were like, "Why didn't he repeat? Why didn't the Spurs repeat?" Bro, do you see who they had on the other side against them every single round? Those were battle after battle.
I mean, if you really think about it, Tim Duncan could be in the conversation for greatest of all time. Like, if he knocks off LeBron and that Miami Heat team, if not for that coaching change and that tip out and all of that hoopla, I mean, like, we're really looking at history being another conversation. But like, I would say Kobe did have a tough run, man. He had a tough run, but I just can't. Teams of that era of the early 90s and like late 80s, man, they were.
Well, let's say mid to late 80s, because we can't forget MJ's entire career.
Yeah, they were truly built though, man. That's the only reason I say that. And I'm not gonna sit here and do that whole nonsense of he went this many times and he lost this many times, because people try to discredit LeBron over that stuff. Mm-hmm. But man, when you look at the nucleus of a team, the way basketball is played, and the way those title teams were like established, like Kobe played with some great players, and he had a great team, and he led most of those teams. But I'm just like, dude, MJ, like, it's hard to even like argue LeBron over MJ, man. Like, and I'm a LeBron fan, diehard, bro. And I feel like even if he shatters this little Kareem record, like it puts him in that conversation. But it's just like there's always gonna be someone that feels like you can't argue numbers because if you argue numbers, then you got to start talking about Kareem. If you want to argue titles, you got to start talking about Bill Russell. If you want to talk about stats, then it's just like it's so many ways to compound it. Like, and that's why I was telling him yesterday. I was like, I don't think there could be a true GOAT. Like, because if you look at like body of work, man, I think there's one for an era. Like, you go for an era. You go Julius Erving, then you go Magic and Bird. Then you have Jordan took over the 90s, and then you had Kobe and Duncan in the early 2000s, and then you got LeBron from like 2010 or 2008 where he went insane, and then you had Curry come on the run, and you had your little people in there, your Kawhis, your Dirk Nowitzkis and stuff like that come along, and your Pistons, but like I mean, like body of work, man, it's hard for me as a fan. It's just hard for me.
Well, and that's the crazy part too, is there's so many different categories you can track. You know what I mean?
Man,
like there's so many. You could say, okay, LeBron isn't one of the greatest alive because of his record in the finals or his run to the finals, but yet he is probably one of easily the top 2, if not top 3 greatest players ever to play. So, and then you even have, you have your boy who won 10 rings, who he's in top 10, but ain't nobody gonna put him at the GOAT even though he has 10 rings.
Yeah, like
so it's kind of crazy.
That's just crazy to
11 to be fair, 11.
I'm sorry, 11. You're right. I apologize.
My thing is like it's so disputed when you talk about like they be like, well, why is LeBron better than Jordan? And then they go 6-0. That's the first thing they go 6-0. Well, hell, let's look at the guy over here that got 11.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many categories, bro.
It's like,
my favorite that I like to use is their opposition. That's really like the guys they play.
That is correct because they say that old boy played with plumbers and fucking carpenters. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Compared to athletes now.
Cold ass plumbers
exactly, bro. That's my argument too. Is like, okay, if they were plumbers, bro. Shit, sign me up, I guess.
Alex, you got any thoughts?
Keep my dogs quiet, but no. I know there's a lot of talks with the Kobe and MJ, but I feel like Michael Jordan's. Him and Kobe are so similar. It's so hard, but like I said, I'm a Bulls fan, man. I'm a biased fan, so of course I'm gonna go MJ.
And I want to make it clear, James, like I'm not saying Kobe is better than MJ as far as all time stats. I'm just saying it's a healthy debate to have. That you can definitely say.
I'm telling you, it's like 1-8 and 8-2.
Go ahead, Alex. Go ahead.
Right.
But who would you want on your team? Would you want a Kobe or LeBron on your team?
Oh, between the two,
honestly,
I would probably say LeBron. I would probably say LeBron for
the
freight train, and the facilitator that he is.
Yeah,
Kobe. I think Kobe's work.
That goes back to the category.
Work ethic was
But that goes back to the categories, right? Because if I want somebody who's going to be a scorer but can also facilitate, I'm probably going to go LeBron. But if I want somebody who's a dog, I'm going Kobe. Because
I mean, it sounds like we should be doing an all-time NBA draft that you can watch on TikTok right now.
but you see my point? Same concept, right? I drafted LeBron first round, and then I go Steph the next round because I know LeBron's gonna fucking dive down and then dink out the Curry and his dots. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I mean about like the
so
whole,
it depends, bro. It's crazy.
That's why
man.
I built my team the way I did.
Exactly, bro.
That's why I built my team the way I did. Because if you put that team on the floor, like you have people, and that's why I wouldn't. It's so hard to compare. Like think about if people always say LeBron don't have that dog mentality that Kobe had, and Jordan had that it factor. Like when it came to the clutch, like they were gonna do whatever it takes, taking that shot. Look at where this man's career is and how he passed the ball so much.
He does.
Freely just passes the ball. And then you think about if he was to revert his career to a Michael or a Kobe, like what would his numbers look like? Like he's gonna be number one all time, bro. He's 710 points away. Just think about that. Take some of those assists away and turn those into 2s or 3s and free throws. Like Man, he been shattered that shit long time ago.
Yep. No, I agree.
But I think one
It's
thing
different.
that really does it is I don't know if you guys seen that documentary where the Team US they were all in when they were trying to win back the gold
Yeah,
and these guys, yeah, when they went to when they everybody went out and Kobe was the only one there working out and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
Melo talks
he
about
got the whole team,
how they came in,
and then
But man, you gotta understand, like that was Kobe. Like that wasn't even Kobe just.
yeah.
Man, like if you look at Kobe Bryant's muse when he tore his Achilles, like, and they talk about him in his rookie stages, like he was that kid that was like, man, like should I have went to college and enjoyed that party life to where I could have did that and enjoyed myself, but no, man, he was really perfecting his craft, and that's what you see him evolve from that playoff when he was horrendous and missing 3 or 4 wide open 3-pointers against the Jazz to becoming one of the clutchest players we have in our history in basketball itself. So
you know what the stat that I find funny is I was reading, I don't know how true it is, but they said that Dirk actually didn't have a girlfriend until college because he was so focused, or not college, but later on in his life because he was so focused on his craft that he never wanted a girlfriend.
Man, hey,
I was like, damn, bro, it's dedication, homie.
Bro,
girls, bro.
Hey, for real, you gotta focus, especially in today's age. Shit.
Yeah.
Get trapped up.
That's a funny story because one of the best. I know y'all. I don't know James if you do, but I know Trey, you don't. As far as there's an MMA fighter. He's one of the best. His name is Henry Cejudo. He's the bantamweight and the flyweight champion. He didn't get a girlfriend until he retired.
Funny. Hey, I mean, again, focus on your craft, bro.
And he's a gold medalist too. Olympian.
The females will come, bro. The females will come.
I bet he got all the ass he need now.
He's like, I did it, guys. I got the big 4. I got the 2 title belts, the gold medalist, and I lost my virginity. I got it.
That chastity belt, bro. That chastity belt was the last one, baby.
Hey.
That's funny.
All right. Well, let's end that conversation right there. We're trying to limit our conversations. Clearly, these conversations go forever. So,
man.
All right, let's go to the original opening debate that we were going to have, and this is, of course, another segment of Alex versus Jose. And this topic is clearly on the Cincinnati Bengals because since before the season, Alex has been doubtful. Alex has been doubtful that the Bengals would repeat going back to the playoffs. So this Bengal team is not playoff ready to make another run, even though they just went to the Super Bowl. They have Joe Shiesty. They beat the KC Chiefs not once, not twice, but 3 times straight now.
You talking about Joey Ice-Speed? Come on.
It's like the only true white swag right now in the NFL. But Alex has been in doubt this whole time. So, Alex, why don't you go ahead and please state your case, and then let me cook you after that.
Let me cook you. Not even a debate. Let me cook you.
So at the beginning of the year, everybody was making fun of me because I didn't pick Cincinnati to win their first 2 games. I think I didn't pick them.
You didn't have them in the playoffs.
Before you finish that statement, why didn't you put them in returning? I just want that little bit tidbit. I just want to know that little bit tidbit.
Well, it's the AFC West looked good on paper. They really did.
Respectfully, yeah, you got me right
yes.
there. You got me. Okay,
so, but I did put them in the bubble. I did put them. They're gonna at the end of the year, because at the end of the year they had an easier schedule. I was looking at the schedule, so I was thinking like they were gonna be in the bubble. I also said the Jets were gonna make a case. I remember I told you, Jose, and Jose was like, they're gonna be the worst team. And then Miami, I also said Miami was gonna be one of the teams in the bubble, and the Steelers. And if you look at it now, all of those teams were in the bubble. The only one that haven't got right was Cincinnati, but that's also because the AFC West was really bad this year.
Choked,
but
awful.
But Cincinnati, I think Cincinnati, like at the beginning of the year, you could tell those teams that usually make the playoffs are usually really rusty at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I give you that.
They really are. They don't start making their stride towards the end of the year, middle of the road. but Cincinnati started picking up their game. They had one. To me, I think they feel like they've had a really true good game was against KC. That game could have went either way, but that was a really
I
good
think
really
that game
statement game.
shifted their season. I think that game truly shifted their season. Like, so I feel like if they lost that game, that would have put them on like
absolutely,
especially because missing Jamar Chase for a while. Like, I think if they didn't have him, like if they would have lost that game, that would have been like they probably would have set Jamar a little bit more.
Yep.
They would have,
not
like
tried as hard for sure.
Yeah. So
agreed.
I give you that. I mean, that's a good case.
But
That's
also, yeah, and I said too. It also helps that most of the teams in your division is rebuilding, which is like with Cleveland wasn't gonna have their quarterback this year.
Herbert.
Well, what's he called it?
Terrible.
Lamar Jackson doesn't have he don't have nobody on his team, and yet they still sit on top. That's why I always said nobody gives Baltimore the roses that they deserve. And it took them all the way to this point to Cincinnati to actually catch first place, and they got help. I mean, they got a lot of help. Sometimes he just takes some lucky bounce, I guess. But to me, I don't really think Cincinnati. I don't think they're going to do anything in the playoffs. If they play the Chargers, I really think the Chargers could beat them.
The fuck you just say?
Yeah. Okay. My turn. All right.
All right. I'll wait. Let's go.
You're retarded.
Let's go.
Oh, my dear brother-in-law.
You're
Alex.
so stupid, bro.
By the way, this was gifted by him.
What you fighting spatula? Say, where's your spatula, bro?
Oh God.
I'm gonna cook him with this.
Stupid, bro.
Oh man.
Alex.
Take him to the cutting board.
I understand how you feel. I understand that you see this young man who dominates, college football his final year, has the best run ever in LSU, wins the title, and then goes on to seemingly the worst team, one of the worst franchises in the NFL, which is the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's not deny that. They just got a sponsor for their stadium just this season, okay? Let's be fair.
They don't even got indoors. They don't even got an indoor facility.
That's it, dude. They got tents. Exactly. That's how bad they are. They have tents. That's how bad that he is. That's how much he's carrying them. Thank you for validating my point. In his first rookie year, did he not tear like 3 ligaments in his knee? Did he not? Did he not tear it? And he had probably one of the worst O-lines ever, which he still does to this day. Was he not sacked over now, 30 plus 40 times this season already?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, he has. And what did he do last season with that terrible O-line, with all those sacks?
Should have won
that team to the Super Bowl.
Should have won that motherfucker too.
If he had 2 more seconds.
Aaron Donald was outside. I stand by what I said.
He could have beaten Aaron Donald. OBJ would still not have a ring. Cooper Kupp would not be Super Bowl MVP, and Matt Stafford would be Matt Stafford. Average. Joe Burrow came into this season with a lot of high expectations. Most of the time still had them repeating, the division winner, which none of us had last year, by the way. Let's mind you, we didn't even have them sniffing the playoffs nor sniffing the bubble, just not even sniffing Zach Wilson's jockstrap. Okay, let's be honest, where we had the Bengals last year, but this year, Alex, you didn't have them in the bubble. You didn't have them in the wild card. Your wild cards were Broncos, Raiders, Dolphins.
Damn,
I did. I put the Bengals in the bubble with the Steelers.
Bubbles does not count in prediction stats, sir. Just to be fair.
Oh, Jets.
Anyways. Yes, that's okay. The whole AFC's in the bubble. Okay, cool. Let me take this hat. It's actually keeping me a little hot right now. You were saying that they haven't had a big win since the KC game. Okay, I can see why you say that. This team also pretty much derailed the Titans season, right? Because they had gone 5-2 or 7-1 in their last few games after starting 0-2, and then they beat them, and then they started a 5-game losing streak. Joe Burrow has also beaten, again, like I mentioned, Mahomes 3 straight times. It's not his job to dictate other teams' issues. If the Ravens can't pay Lamar, if they can't get him help, that's not his problem. Right? At the end of the day, you have to go with what you got. Joe Burrow is going with one of the worst O-lines in the league. Still somehow finding ways to get that ball into Tyler Boyd's hands
and
into Jamar Chase's hands
for a couple.
Butterfinger.
He still finds a way. Now, I want to mention this real quick. In the last, I like to look at it October, September versus November, December. Yeah. Can you name me another man who has had, other than, I don't know, Mahomes, a better November, December record in the last few years? It's not Josh Allen. This is, I think, Josh Allen's first November, December where he's actually doing hell of well. Justin Herbert's finally showing up. Where the hell was he his first 2.5 seasons? I don't know. But Joe Burrow, with almost 2,000 yards in November, December, in a 7-game win streak, is no scrub. And I think you need to be putting some more respect on this man's name because of what he's doing for his team. At the end of the day, you cannot dictate other teams' stuff. You can only take your team where you go. Skill-wise, I think he's better than Herbert. Talent-wise, I think he's better than Herbert. Herbert is cool and all, but he's the guy that you are like, I think he's the cool guy and I want it, but this guy's actually the better guy. Herbert's the cool guy. The better guy is Burrow.
So
go on.
Okay, so you're gonna pick. I'll still pick Josh. I'll still pick Herbert over Joe Burrow any day. Any day. I'll still pick him any day over Joe Burrow. And
why? What does he do better than Burrow?
He throws the ball a lot better than Joe Burrow.
Does he win more? He's
exactly. You said the same. You said he can't dictate the injuries on his team. I said this day one.
No, I said he could dictate. I said Burrow could dictate his own team. I said he can't dictate the other teams.
So when other teams have injuries, that's still the same thing.
A lot.
But that's the NFL. I mean, the NFL, everyone has injuries.
It's next man up, bro.
Name one team that doesn't have injuries.
Well, absolutely. Nobody now at this point of the year.
Look at it like this. Herbert lost Keenan Allen for quite some time, right? We want to say what? How much? 7, 8 games?
7 games. 6, 7. Yeah.
How long was Jamar Chase out?
4 or 5 games, wasn't it?
And all during the winning streak, by the way.
Bro,
all during the winning streak.
You can't fault him for that. Like we said, like Herbert has everything he needs to get to where he needs to go outside of probably coaching. I'll give him that. Everything outside of coaching. But you look at it, they both got rookie coaches.
You question Zach Taylor?
Zach Taylor just got there too. Like they got, rookie coaches, new offense, new defense. Like the pieces are shuffling. And the biggest thing I will give to the Cincinnati Bengals is, like, how many teams can go to the fight? Like they go to the championship game and then have a contention to go back against next season. Just going back to the playoffs is a big up. Like, and not only to get back to the playoffs, like these guys are top seeded in their division to where they have a chance to really make a statement and make a run at it again. And I don't see why they can't, because if you look at the way the ball is being placed in the AFC. Everybody was on Miami's dick in the beginning of the season. Oh, Tua's he's this. You got Tyreek making fucking retarded statements, him and Devontae Adams. You go from one Hall of Famer to the next one, and he can throw the ball just as good as this guy. Obviously wrong. One guy is about to be on a new team. He just got benched for whoever the hell that guy is. Can't keep his head off the ground. So, if you look at it, hell, I like to argue that Miami, outside of picking up their left tackle, Armstead, their line is just as ass as the one that Joe Burrow got in Cincinnati. But one guy is making it happen, and the other guy can't keep his head off the ground.
I still believe Cincinnati. They picked up a nice piece in Jamar Chase, but I still think they should have picked the offensitive line. I remember the day they drafted Jamar Chase.
I remember we had the episode that day.
Yeah, I said that I even said Jamar Chase is the best wide receiver in the LSU, and he didn't even play that year.
You know what?
So I was like,
I'll say this with
still
you.
believe-
I'll say this with I agreed at the time. At the time, I agreed with you. They should have gotten Penei Sewell instead of going for Jamar Chase because they needed to protect the man with bad ligaments. But guess what? Through it all, ever since that draft in April of 2021, we're down in December of 2022. Jamar Chase has led that team to 2 seasons of 10-win seasons.
That boy
He's
cold,
led that
bro.
team to 2 playoff appearances. He's led that team to a Super Bowl appearance, an AFC championship the Bengals never dreamt of. Let's be fair.
Yeah.
And I would give him this. You can't put that much pressure on a rookie wide receiver. Not all rookie wide receivers live up to the hype. Not all of them live up to the hype. Some come in and they lucky because they got vets. Like Tyler Boyd is the vet on that wide receiver core, and he's still young.
Yep.
So to allow Jamar Chase to come in and that rookie wall for him to shatter those records.
Yep.
Think about it. The whole beginning of training camp, the ball is bigger.
Jamar Chase couldn't tell the white stripe with no stripe.
That was
I remember
the first week, bro. Didn't he have like 3 touchdowns for like?
Yes, like he went crazy.
That was the funniest thing ever, bro.
And it's like, bro, it's like everybody sitting here looking like this guy was supposed to be struggling. He had catch problems.
That was the funniest thing ever, bro.
Everybody across, like Draymond says, everybody across the new media is saying Cincinnati should have took Penei. Everybody, Penei. Why take Chase? Why take Chase?
We were all wrong about that. Yeah.
2 years later, that boy is a dog.
Yeah,
and
he's cold.
End up doing some crazy stuff. So
he's cold, and he was out after a couple games. Like
I'm just saying,
you're not
Alex.
wrong in your argument. You're not completely wrong in your argument. I will give you that. You make some great predictions, but hey, Cincinnati's getting it done, man. And it's next man up, and those teams that got the next man up that perform, they perform. Like,
well, that's the biggest
if Dallas would have lost on Christmas Eve, we sitting here talking about the biggest blow to their season, and everybody's from the. I mean, Steve Day would have had a field day. It would have been a 2-hour segment of how trash he is, and LaShawn McCoy wouldn't be stopped talking to this day.
I know, man. Oh my
that game
God.
away.
And that's still that's the biggest thing too is that next man mentality. When
You.
Boyd was out, or when what's his face was out, Boyd, Higgins, all them dudes, even Hayden Hurst, all them dudes stepped.
Everybody took a hit, and then Joe Mixon.
There was games that he didn't have Chase or Boyd. He had just Higgins.
Higgins went the fuck off. Hurst came the fuck on.
Hey, what's that white boy name? That white boy nice.
Oh, and number 16, he's cold, bro. He's cold, bro.
Mixon was out Perrine.
What is his name? Dog, he's cold, bro.
No, it's I can't think of his name right now.
Cincinnati
I just want to say this, Alex. I just want to say this. At the end of the day, these are professional football athletes. These guys are getting paid thousands, millions of dollars. At the end of the day, these coaches, this GMs,
there you go.
They signed these players to say, you know what, if my guy goes down, my main number one, I got you up and back up. If those players don't
trust this guy.
If those players don't step up to the job that they were paid to do, they sign on the dotted line that they could do, and that's on them. Herbert. I'm with you. He's a very talented guy.
He's a dog.
But at the end of the day, there's something about him. There's a tangible about him that doesn't exactly say winner yet, right? It's not that he can't do it, right? Obviously, could have, would have, should have. He had these players. We had this team. We had this coach. All this stuff. Yeah, but that's not what's in front of him right now. He has to take what's in front of him over because, like I said, Joe Burrow doesn't have top talent paper-wise on the offensive line.
True.
Joe Mixon is consistently inconsistent. Tyler Boyd could be some places a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 1, and he sometimes doesn't show up.
Yeah, he get lost in that shit.
And I love Tyler Boyd too, but I admit that.
But somehow, some way, this team has found a way in the biggest months that matter most to me to go into the playoffs, go into the Super Bowl is to win. They have a 7-game win streak.
Yep.
Herbert, for me, I need to see more of that in November, December. He's got a nice 3-game win streak. He finally made the playoffs. Congratulations. Show me something. Show me something in those big games because guess what? He's undefeated this season against teams with mid to below defenses.
Yeah.
Those top defense he can't get past. And that's who he's
would
going
you
to
say
play
it's
in the
a jinx
playoffs.
on that franchise? Would you put a jinx on that franchise?
On the Chargers?
I really want to say that franchise is jinx, bro.
Yeah,
Like somebody put voodoo on them. Bro,
yeah, absolutely.
Think about like
if
Phillip Rivers, Antonio Gates, and LT when they were at their
peak,
freaking
oh my
best,
God,
bro. Like it was always Peyton, man. Like Peyton or who else would be the
I
Patriots?
saw that one stat where it said they had in 1 year they had drafted Eli, they had Drew Brees in the bench, they had a trade for Phillip Rivers for Eli because he didn't want to stay there. And in 1 year they had those three, and they still can't win the title for shit. And look, even when I put up the debate of us having Herbert, and obviously LT is one of the best running backs ever.
Yeah,
his stats crush Austin Eckler's. That they still couldn't get that done. So again, Justin Herbert is just Phillip Rivers, but the new age.
Reincarnated,
Right now, but I would love him to prove me wrong. Like, great, prove me wrong.
Yeah.
But right now, that's not who you are.
But if you look at it across the board, it's like because who was the wide receiver that they had? I forgot. Vincent Jackson, great talent, big body, 6'5", 6'6", I believe, just like Keenan Allen. They fucking
just like Keenan Allen.
They're great. They get fucking thigh injuries, quad injuries, and then they sit. And then so of course, who's gonna catch the ball? Tight end, Antonio Gates. LT. Same thing with the new Chargers. Austin Eckler, and then what's his name? Palmer or whatever his name is. So right, man, they just
like I said,
reincarnated.
I want to see Cincinnati and Chargers. I think that's going to be an exciting game.
Why? Why
right now?
See that?
No, because he wants to prove a point, and that's fine. I'm with you. You know what? I'm with you. I want to see that game too. I want to see
because
y'all think that Cincinnati's gonna walk all over the Chargers, and I don't think that's the case.
Bro, I don't.
They might not walk over them, but they might skip all over them.
Yeah, bro.
Can you name a top 15 team they've beaten this year?
Well, I mean, they like I said, they can't. You can't fault them on the teams that they play.
You can't, man. But you got
the teams they play. Yes, you can. I'm saying the other teams play in their division. You can't control. I'm saying the teams Justin Herbert can control his team, and he can control who he faces.
So I mean, who has a tougher division?
It's not the AFC West this year. It's not the AFC West. What the fuck are you talking about?
So
there's three teams. There's three teams in the AFC North still in contention for playoff. The Steelers have they're fighting. You said it yourself. TJ Watt is Burrow's daddy.
Yeah, but they shouldn't even be there. That's what I'm saying. Cincinnati has trouble against the Steelers, and the Steelers are not even in mid-season. Their defense is not even that good this year. And Joe Burrow struggles against good defenses. Last year, Joe Burrow threw 3 picks against Chicago, and Chicago didn't even have a good defense. You could make the same argument about Joe Burrow whenever he plays against.
You could say the Bengals
and still came back and torched that ass too. Like
you could say this too. The Bengals had their early season slump, their Super Bowl slump. They started 4-4, and now they're in a 7-game win streak with the division leaders.
I will just say this. So, okay, you got KC, you got the Chargers, you got the Raiders, you got Denver. We just gonna count Denver out by default because all of the bullshit there. Now I'm being dead ass serious.
Yeah.
No, but look,
the coach, the defense, the trades, all that bullshit kind of hurt them. The Raiders, that's Derek Carr's fault. They just didn't get it done. Like Josh McDaniels, he probably tanked on him.
He did that shit on purpose. 100%.
But like that right there, Derek Carr, that's always been his fault. Like since forever. Like they either hot or cold. They can't stay one way or the other, and they always find a way to choke it out. But like KC and the Chargers are the only really thing that the AFC has to talk about. Like Cleveland, I understand. You paid Deshaun Watson all this money. You want to put him back on the field. Fuck that. Jacoby Brissett was balling. Like, leave him at the helm. Like, they were actually in contention.
Bro. It's stupid.
They were in contention. They had a
He's
chance.
killing
They had
it.
a fighting chance. They had chemistry. They were rolling. Like, they had everything going for them. Don't ruin that by trying to put this man out there just because you hate him. That's your fault. Just let the season go and let the chips fall where they
They
may.
literally could have let him train this season
Yeah.
and then started next season hot. Yep, 100%.
Dude, like, and come in with just a fresh start. And then Mike Tomlin, man, he's fucking great, bro. Like, I don't care what you give him, the injuries. They're the true meaning of next man up.
I said they were going to be under 500 for the first time in his career, and damn, they're fighting back. They are fighting back
you, man,
now.
like, he coaches. He is a player's coach, man. Them guys.
If TJ Watt wasn't hurt all year, I really think the Steelers would be
but that's
in the
not even
playoffs.
But that's coulda, woulda, shoulda.
That's not an excuse, though. These
Hold
guys
on.
are still
So-
balling, though.
So I got some stats. And it's funny because I drafted Joe Burrow in one of my leagues. In the first game of the season, I'm pretty sure he came out and threw 3 picks pretty much instantaneously. I thought my season was already over. Well, it ended up being 4 picks, 1 fumble, but he torched him for 338 and 2 touchdowns. Okay.
Crazy.
So then later on in the season, he played Pittsburgh again because I was against Pittsburgh. He played Pittsburgh again, threw 2 picks, but also had 355 and 4 touchdowns. Torched him.
He put up
Then
37 points.
This last game they played New England, who has a decent defense, especially their
Not
deep
even decent. That's a
tackles.
solid defense.
2 interceptions, but also torched him for 375 and 3 touchdowns. So this man
How
does
many
throw some picks, but he has torched pretty much everybody he's played against. this
Sound
year.
like Dakota Prescott.
The only team that he has not torched is the Dallas Cowboys. He threw 199
Week
with
2.
1 touchdown. That was it, week 2.
And
Other
that's
than that, he's over 200
early in
something
the
yards
season,
every
and that's
fucking
when
week.
our defensive line was playing like fucking gods.
Yeah, that's the only. Oh, and then the other one that's close to it is Carolina. He did 206 for 1. But other than that, everything is over, like just stupid numbers wise. So you can't tell me this man ain't tortured people this year, bro.
I mean, this man could low key be an MVP. low key,
He
low
really
key,
can.
man.
Yeah,
And what's
he
crazy
can.
is he's ranked
If
4th
not
on the
for
quarterback
hype,
scale. That's
if
nuts
really-
to me, bro.
If you're not looking at the hype of Josh Allen,
crazy.
if you're not looking at the hype of Josh Allen, if Tyreek Hill doesn't lead the Chiefs,
Or if Mahomes wasn't
Jalen Hurts-
Mahomes.
if Jalen Hurts ain't going his godly streak of wins, like
Okay,
Bro,
Justin
he-
Jefferson put his name in the conversation. Fucking shit.
yeah. And
Have
see,
to
that's
go
what
for
I
2K
don't-
this year.
I don't like that, man. I really don't like the MVP voting, bro.
Oh, I hate it. Well, dude, there's like,
Has to be-
It's,
well,
has
we
to be
talked
to
about it in the
QB.
thread a little bit. That one thing with TJ Watt, like making the All Pro or the Pro Bowl or
I
whatever.
already like
I
that.
hate the Pro Bowl. The voting on some of these things is so stupid.
it's
I
ignorant.
don't
man.
understand it.
I
Like,
don't.
You're literally voting on the name. That's it.
No,
That's literally all it is. It's frustrating. as shit.
But that's all.
That was gonna be a
that's
tough.
all-
Quentin Nelson.
that is
Quentin
always-
Nelson. Quentin Nelson made the freaking Pro Bowl, and he's graded under 71 as a freaking guard. I'm like, you
But
serious?
again, it's because it's
I'll
Quentin
say-
Nelson. And he's
Have
no
you
Yeah.
not watched him
good.
play?
No,
I
no.
was
And he's saying, why is he getting voted when he's great?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
That-
saying. But
I
again,
don't
it's
care for the
because
Pro Bowl.
he's been
I don't care for
good
the
No,
Pro
but
Bowl.
that's what I'm
for
saying.
years,
Like, if you
but
watch,
it's terrible.
like Quentin Nelson, it's not. Hey, man, that bullshit that grade is awful. So that's not his fault. I don't like the way they grade them, man, because like it's almost like they go by like individual stats, but they also grade them as a unit.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, Quentin Nelson is different. He's a game changer, bro. Like, and that line is just gone awful, bro. All them injuries, and then you gotta.
But at the end of the day,
I don't know
next
what to
man
call
up
that, Ryan.
mentality.
Hey,
Next man
low
up.
key though, let me ask y'all this. Have y'all noticed that this year's injuries have been way more substantial than normal though? Or am I tripping on that?
No, for sure.
It has. It's
Right?
It's definitely hurt
Like-
my fantasy teams.
Don't get me wrong. Like normally there's injuries, but good God, this year has been crazy injuries.
You know what? You know what? I'll say this. It's the last few years. It's like the last 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Since
Maybe.
the preseason's been cut or didn't happen because of
Yeah.
the pandemic.
And
Now
then in the season 2 as well. You add those.
It's crazy though, bro. I
No,
don't know
I think those
what
extra
this,
2 games added kind of fall into play with that, man. And then you got the guys that are arguing the whole grass turf thing, and they're doing the.
there is some to
That's-
that though.
It's
For
the
real.
hit or miss, but
it's like what, 6 stadiums that have turf? 6, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we'll see. I know the Jets, they said they'll change it, so we'll see how it goes. But anyways, let's move on, guys. Otherwise, we're never going to go into the whole conversations that we're having. This is definitely a 2-hour episode already. Like I don't even know how to say it.
Yes,
fuck
Marky, we agree, bro. Top 3.
Bro, top 3. And as far as Brady to the Raiders,
That would be
yeah,
insane, bro.
I can see it because
him
Josh
and
McDaniels
Devontae
is
with
taking
Josh
out Derek
Jacobs
Carr.
if he stays. Oh my god.
I would love to see fucking DeAndre Hopkins go over there. That would be
For the
fucking
Raiders.
With the Raiders, bro, with him, Devontae, nah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if they were to
They
like,
re-signed Josh
somehow,
Jacobs.
some way,
That's
they
my biggest
find-
question, bro.
Huh?
Josh Jacobs, are they gonna
They didn't
they're gonna
re-sign
send
him.
him
He's a
away?
free agent.
He's gone, bro. He's done. He's pissed.
There's a lot of running. This free agency for running backs is so freaking elite this year. So
Did you
I
see
could-
the interview
see
with
them
Josh
letting him
Jacobs,
go.
bro?
The money is gonna be flowing again.
Yep.
Did y'all see the interview though with Josh Jacobs?
What he said?
Oh,
he's
yeah.
pissed. He's done. He's like,
Yeah,
dude.
he's done.
He's
He's
like,
like, I don't know what we're doing in this fucking locker room.
He's like, we they said that we were gonna be good. They said they were gonna do this. I bust my ass for this team. Blah blah blah. Like, he's done, bro.
He was leading in rushing yards for the longest time. I don't know if he still is now.
He killed this season, bro.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
he came
did.
out swinging. He came out swinging.
Right.
It's not
He
his
definitely
fault.
moved up in my rankings. At least I can admit that.
I
had him high. I knew he was gonna do good.
You had him at
And-
13, I think. Let me check.
No, I think I had him higher than that. Whatever, continue though.
So
All right.
I had him higher
So
than
let's
that.
move. Let's go to the next topic. Let's talk about Nathaniel Hackett. So the Denver's head coach has been fired. He's been let go of his duties. Something I predicted, early on when they were struggling. Obviously, don't want a man get fired unless he deservedly so. Zach Wilson. We'll talk about him in a bit. But now that he is gone because of the new ownership, because they're the ones that did not hire Hackett. Now they want to hire somebody that directly goes to the bosses. They're gonna fucking just put that like claw on them. It's like, you can't make a movement without my approval, bitch. Pretty much. So now, because that management team is also the owners, they're the ones that decided, you know what, let's go ahead and extend Russ. He's gonna cook. He said, Broncos country, let's ride. Now they're crying, their wallets are crying. So we'll see. Like, what are y'all feeling right now as far as the Daniel Hackett firing, and then who do you think they're gonna come in and replace him with?
I say go Trey.
I mean, it sucks, dude, because in the preseason, he came in with a lot of potential. He was hype. He was very energetic, very outgoing, very team-friendly. Came with a decent background in the football aspect. I read something today, I think, that made a little bit of sense. So it was like the Broncos were trying to get Nathaniel Hackett to get A-Rod.
17 try, by the way.
Yeah, I did put him low. I just looked right now, too. I guess in my mind, I knew he was going to do better. Anyways, so I read that they tried to get Nathaniel Hackett to potentially get A-Rod or Devontae Adams and or combo. And since it fell through, they were kind of just stuck with him. So it didn't work out like they wanted. I think that was an incentive because he worked with A-Rod.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if that was another potential, like, we set this up, it didn't work out, so we failed type deal.
Yeah.
As far as Russ, I am really concerned in the sense of I want to, like, he's good, right? Like, you can't say he's not a good quarterback. I don't know what he was going through this year, if it was just a change of pace, change of scenery, change of coaches, environment, whatever the fuck it may be. I really want to see him next year, so I'm kind of doing this year as a wash year, but I want to see next year. If he sucks again next year, then we really do have issues. As far as the potential, I said it in the thread, and I would love to see it, but Sean Payton would be a fucking monster on the Broncos. They're talking about he's already teaming up with Vic Fangio and a couple other guys, and obviously y'all know Vic Fangio was a Bronco head coach. I didn't like him as a head coach, but I do like him as a defensive coordinator. So, bro, that would be a nasty ass little upgrade. So, we'll see, man. I'm really intrigued. I really hope next year actually shows the true potential of what we actually can do. Like Alex said, we thought the AFC West was gonna be fucking ridiculous this year.
Everybody did, bro. I guarantee you do a poll, like everybody and their mom on paper thought that was gonna be like.
Oh yeah,
and Art predicted them to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and if they said they're not, they're fucking stupid.
Art had them winning the Super Bowl.
Who?
To be fair, Art.
Who is them?
The Broncos. Did he really put the Broncos to win the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
He had to win the division and win the Super Bowl.
I didn't put us that far, but
Yeah,
I know you
I definitely.
but again, yeah, if anybody
But he's
says
a risk
they
taker.
didn't
He's a
have
risk taker.
AFC West go hard, then they're fucking lying because everybody.
I ain't gonna lie. I legit had concerns. I had concerns with the Raiders defense and the Chargers health wise because I felt like they got a lot of pieces, but they got a lot of dead pieces as well. So I figured health wise would be crucial because it always is with the Chargers. And then I figured like the Raiders had a good front seven, but their DBs are young. So I figured it'd be some incapability there. But I felt like Russ offensively would carry that offense, and that defense was already sustained.
Yeah, we were already cold on the defense.
With
that
Chubb, and then you had the young backers, and you got P2 out there, and then y'all stole Randy Gregory from us. So I felt like everything was going to work with them.
I was still bad. I'm still sad about that dude's letdown.
It's Andy Reid and Pat Mahomes. I never fucking doubted that. Then they still had Travis Kelce. So what the fuck, like?
Yeah,
I thought they were still going to be there. So, but
what
upset Marco and everyone here except for me and him had the Chiefs out the playoffs.
I thought I put the Chiefs in the playoffs. No,
no
I put the Chiefs in the playoffs too.
Who did I put? The Raiders?
You did not. I just read what you did. What? No. You want me to read them again?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
But my thing with the Broncos, man, my take with the Broncos, honestly, is like I side with Trey, man. I feel like Russ. Don't nobody. I think Richard Sherman said something on. Damn, man, I think it was on Prime Video, and then I think he had a podcast where he was talking about it as well. He went into more depth about it, but like Russ is. I feel like Russ is a leader, and then I think as a leader, like you can't take that. Like Aaron Rodgers proved he can take them shots with his team because they're young, so they're gonna be like, "Fuck it, this is Aaron Rodgers." But after a while, they kind of get antsy and like, "Man, you gonna stop blaming us? Shit, you throwing some of these crazy passes too." But I felt like Russ, like, man, you had to like they put the weight of the world on your shoulders, bro. Like you got to carry us through.
And I also felt like they confined him a little bit too. You know, like if you think about it, the first half of the season, really, like he basically didn't go out of the pocket. He didn't attempt to run. He didn't do any of that. And then later on in the season, he started to do that, and you saw more Russ-esque plays. You know,
we also saw why he stopped doing that because he'd be bouncing, basketballs.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
you like the Sean Payton to Denver?
No, I do. I think it would be a cool.
On paper, yes, they can't afford it.
It doesn't.
Oh no,
it doesn't.
They can't afford it.
This is how I feel about that, right? Like that situation. One, I feel like y'all don't have the identity of a Sean Payton type offense. It's gonna take some shuffling. Like Russ is gonna have to take. Like Russ, that contract is gonna have to get restructured somehow, some way. You call Russ in, you gotta like, hey, we're gonna surround you with talent, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying, you gotta leverage some of this money back.
But see, part of me does feel like we have that identity to an extent. Now, I'm not comparing them, but Russ can play like Breeze in the sense of his wit and stuff. Now, I'm not comparing him, and he's not better than Breeze. Chill out, because I knew you for sure, James, were gonna make a face. I don't mean like that.
It's like how there.
I know. I swear to God, I knew he was gonna make me a face. I knew it. That's why I said off the rip, I'm not comparing him like that. But I'm just saying, the talent-wise,
height-wise,
yeah.
Touche on that. Big receivers, we have them. Tight end, we have it. So that's what I'm saying. I think that's why I think Sean Payton would be a decent ass coach.
You got the speed guys in Hamler and Judy. You know what I'm saying? You got the height in the Sutton and Patrick. I think yesterday got Patrick.
He was out this whole year, but yes.
Yeah, but so y'all got that, and then what is
Dolchich. That boy cold.
He's a solid tight end, and then I believe y'all still had that other guy that was there before with the long weird name. I can't pronounce it, but so y'all have the pieces. I think y'all once y'all figure out I think the running back situation should be solidified with Williams, and I think he's that guy. I think he's that guy.
DeMeco Ryans is the coach for that.
Good for their defense, man. I'm scared when defensive coordinators take head coaching positions. I'm really scared. It doesn't quite pan out. Matt Patricia, what's the dude that was Rob fucking Ryan, whatever his name is, Todd Bowles, man. It just doesn't work.
Real quick. Marco, I know you got Denver got the richest owners in football. But that's the money's not the issue. The issue is they don't have any draft picks to trade for that contract.
Yeah, because you got to trade for Champagne.
Yeah, because he's still signed with the Saints right now, so they can't afford it because they gave all the first round picks to Seattle. So
I mean, let's say, what would you give up though? Like, what do the Saints need that the Broncos have that they?
Well, we were talking about this last week. You know, from our conversation about the Alvin Kamara, they want a first round pick back. You know what? I mean, low key, because it just depends on if they want to do it because the owner kind of is, a risk taker. Indy might trade their first round pick for Sean Payton. Maybe you sign Derek Carr. You reamp that offense and the defense. So maybe I mean you have to predict what teams need them. What teams will need them.
I like what you're saying, but it's still Derek Carr. Now, if you can go and get Bishop Brady, I don't think he'll play in that shadow of Peyton Manning, though.
Hey, man, I think the Colts, chose Phillip Rivers over Tom Brady, so you don't know how you feel about that. So, it just depends,
I still want to know who the fuck he was talking about when he said that.
I think it was Phillip Rivers. Or was it? It was that or Tua. I don't know. I don't remember who.
I thought it was what's the name? Derek Carr.
Because what Derek?
Oh no, it was because Dana White came out with that thing about he had helped get Brady and Gronk to the Raiders, and then John Gruden said, "Fuck that shit."
Man,
I don't believe it, but Dana White's dumbass too.
He's a dumbass, but he also has no reason to lie, and no one's come out to refute it.
Yeah, that's true.
And Gronk and Gronk said it with him in person. So actually, there's.
So might be his comment was about Derek Carr.
Yeah, I think it was about Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm. Damn, nigga, could you imagine?
Instead of Tampa, Vegas,
Tom Brady and Josh Jacobs and Mark Collins. Oh my god!
But you know what? I really think that Josh McDaniels just did this.
Gronk and Waller.
Gronk, Waller, Adams, Josh Jacobs, Matt Collins,
Hunter Renfrow before he died.
Tom Brady.
Hey, Hunter came back this past week though. Him and Waller.
1 week out of 16,
and they lost their quarterback.
Let's go, Jarrett Stidham.
I still can't do that shit.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay, so to review predictions what we had early this season for the AFC West. Alex had the Chargers. Art had the Broncos. I had the Raiders. Marco had the Chiefs, and Trey had the Chargers. Our wild card teams, Alex was, like I said earlier, Raiders, Dolphins, Broncos. So you didn't have the Chiefs. Art had Dolphins, Chargers, Ravens, no Chiefs. I had Chiefs, Broncos, Ravens, yes, Chiefs. Marco picked the Chiefs to win the division, but he had Raiders, Chargers, Broncos. He had the entire AFC West in. And Trey had Dolphins, Broncos, Ravens in the wild card. So
damn, I didn't even put the Chiefs. Damn.
Yeah. Well, remember me and you had a little debate because when I was categorizing the orders, I was like Raiders, Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, and you were like, "How dare you put the Broncos last?" It's like,
oh, we definitely last, bro. We definitely last.
hey, in normal circumstances, you'd be a top 3 pick.
No. Shit.
All right.
Okay, 5-minute section on Zach Wilson.
Bro, I swear. I hope
Zach Wilson's future.
Us, bro.
Is he going to still be in the league? Is he an all-time bust? Will he be a forever backup? What do we got? What do we predict in this man's future?
So I'll go first.
Oh, go ahead.
Jose didn't have the Jets in the playoffs, and he didn't have him to have a good year. Do you think if the Jets would have had? But Jose, do you think if they would have had that year that you say, you think a lot of scrutiny would have been on Zach Wilson, or is it because the Jets are having a good year?
No. So I'll say this: it's all on Zach Wilson. Like for me, it's all on Zach Wilson. Like him being the guy at the helm. There was no way I thought that he could lead a great player like Garrett Wilson, or a great talent, and low key Elijah Moore, who is better than what he's been this year.
Thank you. Please.
The defense that y'all have built up with Sauce Gardner, the defense y'all built up with Sauce Gardner, the rookie running back that they got, I forgot his name. I'm sorry.
Breece Hall.
Who?
Breece Hall.
Brees Hall, there you go. See, like you put all them, like, dude, that's a good team. Like Tom Brady would go to the Jets right now. Fuck, but then you have Zach Wilson. It's just like overrated as fuck. Should have never been a first round pick. Maybe could have gone undrafted. It's all Zach Wilson for me. Because here's the thing. Why is it that he plays mediocre to bottom with everyone else, and then he's just like the high school player against the Patriots? It makes no just fucking sense to me because he is overrated. He's Mitchell Trubisky 2.0. He was overrated for no reason over Deshaun Watson, over Patrick Mahomes. In this case, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, Trey Lance, depending how you feel about him. Like, it's the same scenario again. This no offense to whoever gets offended by it. This out of nowhere, fuck boy white guy just comes out of nowhere and supersedes these other talented players that have established themselves in college. And it just doesn't make sense for me. So my prediction was always on Zach Wilson. You take him away, you put someone else in there. Hell, 45, 46-year-old Tom Brady, or anyone else. They have a better season. They guarantee playoffs.
So Zach Wilson and the Mitchell Trubisky thing. Trubisky in his second year made a lot of progress where Zach Wilson did not. So there's
both of them niggas ass cheeks, left cheek, right cheek.
Oh my god!
No,
they're horrible.
No,
I don't care about
Mitchell
progression.
Trubisky's.
No,
Yeah,
they were given the keys. They were given the keys to franchises and taking over people that have made more immediate impact. Dude, quarterback is like the Maybach of the league, bro. It's expensive, it's fancy, it gets upgraded every year.
You don't waste first round picks on these guys.
Yes, you don't, man. And he was to be taken that high, bro. What?
I think
you're number two picks. The number two picks for both. It doesn't matter. Like, at the end. Go ahead.
Year two of QBs, you always want to see progressions, right? So one had a better progression than the other. So that's why the Bears thought that they were going to have something else in Mitchell. Zach Wilson has not made that, not even a leap, and it is terrible. And it's crazy how a lot of people had Zach Wilson over Justin Fields, and you put on a highlight tape of Justin Fields in college,
or Mac,
and what he did in the college football playoffs is crazy, bro. It's crazy. Zach Wilson was struggling against Tulane in his final year.
Like when you look at college, like I don't even really care for that too much no more, because the way guys are coming out undrafted or behind like second string, third string and making impacts, bro, like it don't. And then you got to think about it, the thing is shuffle like the level of playing field of who these guys are playing. Like you would have swore Mac Jones was gonna come in the league and just rip shits apart, because why? He played in the SEC.
He got the right coach. He got the right coach. He got drafted by the right coach.
Everybody was praising Bama Bama could beat the Raiders right now. Like fuck, like everybody just assumed like greatness was gonna take off. But then look what you got. What was Brock Purdy? Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's ripping
the
league to shreds, bro.
Literally
like,
just about to say that.
He just fucking murdered the fucking.
But what it is,
one of the best defenses in the league versus one of the best defensive-minded coaches in the league, in Todd Bowles.
It's literally
irrelevant. You got Zach Wilson at the podium. Do you think it was your fault that y'all played like this?
That exactly right there.
Get the fuck out of here! I would have cut him right
it's
there.
All mentality. That exactly right there is why he will not make it in the NFL.
Dude, they took Mitchell Trubisky over Pat Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. Do you remember what the motherfuckers did when they came in?
No, hold on. I would say this. At the time, Deshaun Watson should have been graded better than Mahomes, right? Because he just won the title, right, with Clemson or whatever. And he had gone back-to-back national championship finals. Bro, can you imagine to this day, you would not have a quarterback controversy if you had Deshaun Watson?
No.
At the time, mind you, before, his, allegations and all that stuff. But you would. Here, and here's what I want to say, because I told Art this when we were debating the whole Trey Lance thing earlier this year and earlier this season. I said, look, the reason I don't grade people on their sophomore years because they could have some more slips. I grade them on their first 3 years. because they're by then they're fighting for the contract, they're fighting for everything.
Yep.
You know, they you want to show the improvement. You know, you could go down and then go back up, and pretty much by the third year, you know what you have.
Yeah.
So Mitchell Trubisky, you're saying, oh, he had a development year. You know, he had all those nice, you know, RMP plays. You know, made him look great. Took the team to the playoffs. Fantastic. What's year 3? What's year 4? What's his career now? You know, versus like, I would say again, let's look at Joe Burrow. Let's look at Justin Herbert. Same draft class. They're at least moving up. One's went to the Super Bowl, and at least he's taking back to the playoffs. Justin Herbert's finally made it to the playoffs. You know, they're going up. Year 3s, those are the grades that I want to go with. Zach Wilson, he went to buttfuck nowhere year 1 and has not come back.
No. Again, mentality. That's my biggest thing. So the mentality of him in the interview and how he's been this year, he's a cocky motherfucker like fucking Baker Mayfield and like fucking Johnny Manziel. Cocky motherfucker that comes in and thinks that they control all and be all, and that's not how it is.
Already had it.
That's not how it is. Now you look at Purdy. Purdy came in with confidence, not cockiness. So I was watching some interviews, and they said Brock Purdy came in and was like, "All right, y'all are gonna listen to me because I'm the quarterback," and then earn that respect. He didn't come in, "Hey bitch, you suck. Hey bitch, you suck." Hey, no, it was on the defense, not me. Like he came in and was like, "Dude, we're gonna win this shit. Watch."
Relationship with the teammates.
And that's how it is. All mentality, bro.
Man, and you look at guys like even I give a lot of praise to even like guys like Gardner Minshew, bro, who had that opportunity taken away, but still showed himself ready to go when the time was called. Like
same one as Jacoby Brissett. Now he's had a wild ass career. I will admit that.
Yeah,
but he fucking killed it when he had to. And then look at this last game. They put him in a couple plays, and he still killed it.
I don't recall very well.
Teddy Bridge, yeah.
Geno Smith.
Geno Smith, yeah.
Geno is
and now Geno's getting his opportunity, and look what he's doing.
Well, to be fair, if you recall Geno's situation, he actually got in trouble with teammates early on after he was like kind of designated as a backup.
He was trying to break up a fight.
He's grinded his way back up to earning the respect, and now this year he's earned his sergeant stripes, for what he's done for the team, for the Seahawks.
He's supposed to try for that, man. Like, but I just think my thing with it, man, is like it's so for Zach Wilson, man, because he has the intangibles, but I don't think he has the right core. You know what I mean? Like those guys that come in and then you find them surrounded by the right people. They're talking to the right people. You can tell by their demeanor and how, like, I mean, I can't say he's not a class act. I don't know the dude like that.
He doesn't seem like it the way he talks in the interviews, bro.
When you get to that point, man, and like your team, like you're not even the reason for your team's success, and they give you the ball and they ask you to come in and do your job, bro, and you just think it up like that was a winning
3-3 game, and he said that they were not to blame, that the defense basically caused it. How, bro? How? How are you?
And this is after you beat the Bills. This is a week after you beat the Bills.
That's what I mean, like, bro.
No,
like, it's crazy, man. It's crazy to think about, but hey, that's the nature of the beast, dog. Some guys got it, some guys don't. Like I want to put Baker
and it's
in that
crazy
same class, man. I want to put him in that same class, but I feel like Baker. I feel like a lot happened with Baker in that Cleveland thing, man. Like I think it was.
He's had his moments.
I think they tried to do too much too soon, and I think he tried to force the fact that I feel like he tried to play up to the hype, and it just wasn't working.
I think
his relationship with the coaches went down.
Well, that's what I was
that was
huge.
And then I think too, his identity, like, dude, that team had no identity.
That's just what I was about to get.
No identity.
The first game,
I mean, you got Nick Chubb back there, bro. I'm not gonna say he's supposed to run the ball 30 times, but goddamn.
Well, remember he also had
25.
He also had the drama queen in OBJ too.
And then you had
a lot going on.
But I mean, at the same time, like it was like you said, it's no identity, bro. I feel like if Odell, because Odell, like he said on the shop with LeBron them, like I feel like me and Saquon didn't get to do what we were supposed to do. So if you give him Nick Chubb, it's really no different.
No, not at all.
Coaching matters, play calling matters.
Oh, for sure.
Identifying what you're gonna do.
Locker room culture matters.
Yeah,
that's why that first game with the Rams with Baker, like I'm hoping it sticks with it, but his mentality seemed to like, okay, this is my kind of last shot to make this shit. Let's do it right.
Yeah,
And his team was so pumped for him to actually get that
bro,
win.
it's one and done for Baker.
Elevates it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
done for Baker, bro. If he can't stay here, I really don't see
Career
him
backup.
Yeah, that's literally all it's going to be. It's career backup. Yep.
All right, let's move on to the next thing. Let's move on to the next thing because we're already an hour in. We know how long we can go. Ladies and germs, children of all ages, it has been requested about 3 weeks ago after we did our all-time or today's NBA draft. We are now going to do the all-time European NBA draft. Here are the rules.
Yeah.
You can draft whoever you want. You have 3 spots in your team. It can be whatever position. Yada yada yada. This is pretty much like a pickup game. So that's how we're gonna go. So in the first pick, that's gonna be James. We did this over spin the wheel. The man did it. He's number 1. Draft pick number 2, that will be Alex. We were hoping we could get Art in here. Obviously he's got daddy duties right now, so he can't come in. So in third will be Trey, and then myself, I'll be last. So this will be a snake draft. So we are keeping it as a snake draft. And let's just have fun with it. Do you have any questions, gentlemen?
Hey, real quick, before we get off topic, Mike Tomlin, I don't know how true this is, but he said, I was disappointed to hear about JJ's retirement today.
I saw that.
He already have Derek and TJ on the offseason. I was going to throw $40 million at him and create an unstoppable Watt Megazoid.
Hey, the sad thing about that, bro, is if Watt was to go over there and sign like a 1-year deal, would be crazy.
Dude, they'd be the Watt.
He always might. He might just take a year off.
Cam Hayward, TJ Watt. Oh my god, bro! Like,
okay, sorry, I saw that.
Would be crazy.
And we can talk about JJ Watt and his career after the draft. But let's get it. As he says. So James, without further ado, what's your first round pick? Who is your first all-time European player?
Man,
I already know who it is.
I'm following the hype, man. Give me fucking Luka Doncic. I can't like.
Oh my god!
Nope. Terrible, bro.
No, they might roast you for it. They might love you. It's gonna be all over the place.
Yeah.
Alex, who do you got?
Give me the greatest. Dirk Nowitzki.
Fluke-footed, slow ass. He is a goat, though. He is a goat. I'm sorry.
He got a statue. That's a nice statue. I want to go to Dallas just to take a picture of it.
Hey, that statue is kind of clean, though.
Trey, what's your third pick?
For me, I'm going to take the big dog out of Greece, Mr. Giannis.
I wanted him to fall somehow, somewhere, but I knew there wouldn't be a way.
No, I wasn't going to let him.
Okay.
This is where it gets hard.
Nah, I got a list, bro. We chilling.
I do too. I got a good list over here too. I got a great list over here.
Okay, so because I get the turnaround too.
Mm-hmm.
You bitch. We're stuck in the middle, bro. Fuck.
Okay, this might be.
I should have traded Jose.
Nah, I would never accept it. I don't want to make you last again. 3 straight drafts last. I'll be a racist for sure.
Yeah, they would have our hits for that one.
All right. Give me, because I think his name should go first, even though he's probably not the better between the two. Give me Tony Parker as my guard.
Montebella, Tutti Frutti.
He has many marriages as he does rings.
God damn.
And in my turnaround, give me the Joker.
Damn you,
Nikola Jokic. Yes, sir.
I was hoping you would let him swing back to me.
No, sir. Never. You took Giannis from me, you thief.
I know. I'm going to take on my back around. I got Giannis. Let's go. I'm trying to debate if I want to go because it's 3-man, right? So.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. That did throw me off a little bit, man. I hate you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a little different. I'm going to take Mr. Mark Gasol over Powell. I'm going to take Mark.
What? Oh, my God.
I like Mark's style, bro. I like Mark's style, bro.
Oh.
I like Mark's style.
No. Oh, you ever seen that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air episode? It's like, no.
Why? I like his style, bro. Marco's rough, bro.
Bro, you forgetting Paul, man. You forgetting that. Oh, big bro. There's a reason why the Lakers traded Mark away for Paul.
Yeah. I like Mark better.
Come
I like Mark better,
on.
bro. I like Mark better.
No, you
I'm
can't
gonna
do
get
that.
shit for it, but I like Mark better.
Oh,
I like Mark better.
Alex, go.
Give me Stojakovic from we played with the Hornets.
Besha, Stojakovic.
Jeez, Jesus. I knew he was gonna go guard. I just didn't know where exactly.
This is easy.
When you turn on, these are the last two picks.
Yeah,
This
give
is your
me
team.
Manu and Paul Gasol.
Manu's not European, you sick fuck.
Oh, you're right.
I was gonna say, I don't have Manu. You crazy?
That's man's Argentinian, boy. That's South America.
Yeah. They don't kill me for that one.
So you still picking Pau Gasol?
Yeah, I'm still taking Paul Gasol.
Okay. You got the right brother.
I like Mark, bro.
Yeah.
Mark's cold, bro.
You know
Too,
what?
I just wouldn't take him over.
Give me the forgotten guy, bro. Give me Andre Karolinko.
I have him on my list too.
Oh
sicko.
my
You're
god!
such
I
a
can't believe it.
I have him on my
Damn.
list too. Nice.
That was my pick.
I would love to see him and Giannis go at it, bro, in his prime.
AK-47, bro.
Low key forget. He's forgotten about, dog. That's crazy.
AK-47. Man,
That
was gonna be my last pick.
All right, Alex, you better
No,
not
it's not.
be over on this one. You bitch.
Alex, don't take 8 minutes again to make your next pick after someone else screwed you over.
Man, I'm gonna have to go back to my website because they told me they put Ginobili up there real high. I'm pissed about that.
He's Argentinian.
I know, but that's still I look bad now. Now the people in the chat go the fucking TikTok.
Unless you watch the whole video, don't worry. I will keep it out.
Yeah.
No, you better put that bitch in on its own clip, bro. What you talking about?
Humiliate him. Hang him.
Hey, if I have to put Art in a Titanic boat, I'm gonna put you on this shit.
Make that motherfucker drown.
Oh, shit.
Hey, because James is one of my best friends, I can say, you know, black people don't swim, bro. The fuck out of here.
Hey, I'm a great swimmer though. I am a great.
He actually is a good swimmer.
I learned at 5, bro. I am a great.
He is a good swimmer. That's why I said that's the only reason I can say it. He's my boy. James is my boy, and I know him. I've been knowing him for about, James, how long has it been?
Ladies and gentlemen of America, that is my guy. Don't trip.
It's been what, like fucking 12 years, something like that. Stupid.
Yes,
It's a long time.
All right, Alex, did you get your next pick?
Alex, if you do it, I swear I'll never do a podcast with you again.
I think I know who I want.
People in
I'm worried.
I want them to be the one I want.
I'm
One of them is the one I want. If you do it,
healthy time in their prime, boys.
Let me Vladdy Diop.
Vladdy?
Wow.
I like that.
Vladdy Divac.
I like
Give me
Diva.
to the archives. Maybe I like that one.
I like that one. It ain't mine though, so we chilling.
It auto-corrected to Divas.
Bro, all right.
Diva.
I'm gonna have to go because I got two bigs. I'm gonna have to go my little Spaniard, Mr. Ricky Rubio.
Woo!
Mr. Ricky Rubio.
But okay, quick question, and it's just a yes or no. You like him over Jose Calderon?
Health-wise, like if they're at his best, yes.
Ricky's nasty, bro.
Yeah, at his best, I like him.
I feel like his overseas game never transferred to the NBA.
What? He's still a facilitator, bro, or he was.
He is, but I mean, Jose balls, bro. Like, I mean,
he did, but I like Rubio better personally. Okay. I do.
That was just me.
And I mean, Rubio, Giannis and Mark. That's nasty, bro. You
got Gordon Dragic too. Gordon was
he was the second one on my list. If Alex went Rubio, I was going Dragic.
Yeah,
100%. Shit, that's my little list right there.
There's two bigs I can go here for my last one. Because Jokic is lacking defense, I'm gonna go with the other. I will go with Rudy Gobert on this one as my rebounder and defender.
So you got Rudy, Jokic, and who? Parker?
Yeah. So
I
overall,
think the sleeper
mid-range, outside range, everything.
The sleeper pick was AK-47.
Yeah, that was a nasty ass pick.
That was
nasty ass.
Definitely on my list. I loved it.
Because he could facilitate. He was a defender and he could shoot, bro.
I got two sleeper
man.
I got Coach. sleeper
Tony
for me.
Kukoc.
And then
I was
Joakim
gonna
Noah.
pick him too.
Joakim Noah was sleeper
So
for me.
this is my list of guards were Parker, Luka, Dragic, Rubio, and Jose. Then guards, I don't know if y'all know who this guy is, but he was like fucking lights out shooter. Drazen Petrovic, solid.
Petrovic, yeah. I remember Petrovic. Turkoglu was
Michelle
cold.
Petrus, and then Marco Bellinelli. But I mean, I would
Bellinelli.
never picked
If y'all had taken Joker prior, for whatever reason, which I don't
Mhm.
think y'all were going to, because of, and this is why I was like debating between Robert and this guy. I would have said Porzingis. Like if you put all-time healthy
I thought
Porzingis,
about
like
that, but
He was my
what
he
his
was my
range,
last
what his
pick.
range, shooting. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Like if I didn't take Joker, like I'm saying, like that
Yeah.
would have been my
He
next
was my
best
last
alternative.
center. I had Jokic, Mark, Paul, Rudy, Sabonis,
I had
Divac, and then Porzingis.
see,
Like,
I
bro,
think he know in there.
Sabonis was my dog. I promise you, he was fucking Joker before Joker, dog.
Yeah.
Uh,
so-
if y'all
Sabonis-
steal Parker from me, I'm going Boris Diaw. I'm just telling you right now. I'm getting the other.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm getting
actually,
Boris.
I
low-key,
had
was gonna
Dirk,
put him
I
on my
had
list.
Dirk, Paul, Giannis, the young Sabonis, and then Boris Diaw on there.
So it was
And for
funny.
small
I was going
forwards,
through- I was going
Giannis,
through the list and having Christy text me, and she got tired of texting me. So I was like, okay, I was gonna have Boris Diaw on there. Look,
I had Giannis, Peja, Delis Shrimp, Tony Kukoc, Karolinko,
Detlef Schrempf
Andre
is another one.
Boggiani, and then Laurie Marketing.
I'm telling you,
Karolinko's
those are my
clean,
two sleepers though that I was gonna choose if we did keep a fourth. It was either
All right.
Joakim or Tony Kukoc. Those were
And these picks could have been completely different if we had Arden
Yeah.
Marco here.
no
Yeah,
joke,
they
bro.
would have been harder to draft. It would have
Fuck
been really,
yeah.
really hard to draft.
All right, so the recap.
That draft flew by quick.
James teams are Luka Doncic, Pau Gasol, Andre Karolinko.
That's a nasty one, bro. His
Yeah,
lean
that's a
and
good
his shooting,
team, bro.
stupid.
Alex's team, Dirk Nowitzki, Pedrag Jagovic. So I'm sorry if I'm butchering the fuck out of it. And Vlade Divac. Trey's team is Giannis, Marcus Gasol, Ricky Rubio. My team is Tony Parker. Jesus, I'm going all French on here. Nikola Jokic and Rudy Gobert. These
I
are
think
fucking-
James won that one, though, low key. Though.
You and Trey got a big ass team, bro. That's a big ass team.
That is.
I'm just like, it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't know how people are gonna feel.
There's a lot of good international players, though.
Yeah.
Like, first I thought it was gonna be really hard, and then I started looking at the list, and I was like, nah.
If we did it fully international, not just Europe, I think we
Yeah.
could have gotten a good variety.
Oh.
Manu definitely would have been in there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
maybe that's for another time. But
does Tim Duncan count? Virgin Islands? No.
I mean, technically, right? Isn't he,
That's
You
U.S.
go-
property.
You go,
Yeah.
you
Nah,
go,
true, I
You
guess,
go
yeah.
for international draft shit, then you got throwing Embiid. So,
there's a lot of people, bro. Like
It
a
would've
lot of international players.
and then look, on the other list, they had George Mirasan. They had fucking who else did they have on there?
Personally, I don't think you could go wrong with the first three picks that y'all got. Like,
Yeah.
there's maybe some people probably say Giannis over Dirk or Dirk over Luke, however, but I don't think there's a really like concrete answer because by the end of their careers, Luke and Giannis are gonna surpass Dirk, but
Yeah.
like that's just because the game has changed so much too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I just think that there's no wrong picks there.
No.
Barring no injuries, man. Yes, they should eclipse Dirk.
Which, I mean, if you're looking at like pro, basketball Hall of Fame, they look at your outside career outside just the NBA. Luka had an established international career. Giannis, what he does for Greece, amazing.
Yeah.
Dirk, fucking one of the best ever.
Yeah, for sure.
By the
I
way,
agree.
I think we should all plan to go on a Spurs game together and just have a fucking good time as a podcast.
Dude, that would be
I'm just throwing
badass.
that out there.
That would be
Hey,
badass.
do it. Pick one shit. Them tickets is
For
cheap.
real. Me and Chris are going to the home for the dome game.
I'm planning to. Alex, did you get my message yesterday, or through Viviana, through your sister? I mean,
Let me add my calendar to see if I can go one time.
Yeah, Jasmine told me we're gonna go to that game. We're planning to go to the game, so I was like, all right, cool.
perfect.
That should be pretty cool. It should be a historical night too.
I'm a dome
Hey,
man.
You pick a time. I work Monday through Friday, so try and make it a Friday night or something like that. But I'm down.
A weekend game after the football season. I think we're clear to
I'm
go.
down, bro. You look into it and set it up, bro. I'm down as hell.
Sounds good, man. You know what? Because we're talking about him, it's got to be against either one of these European players, Luka or Giannis. I think that would be baller.
That'd be sick. I'm down.
Luka would be nice, bro. I would like to see Luka.
Yeah, I would love to see Luka.
Actually, low-key, I would too.
All right. Final topic. J.J. Watt is retiring after this season. He is now a new father. He, has a family. He's been plagued with a lot of injuries last, 6-7 years. So he is now seeing that it's time to move on. It's no longer time for him. What can we say about J.J. Watt, man? One of the best. You could argue top 5 within your top 10, defensive players of all time. One of the guys that you could have argued should have won MVP in 2014 instead of A-Rod. Just a fucking stud. What he is as a human outside the field.
That's my thing, bro. What he did outside for the community of Houston, that right there
that's awesome.
Is how much he raised for the hurricane stuff, and like
he's an amazing talent.
Being that right there surpasses anything he did on the field. Anything.
Man, I think what he did as a football player and just as a man, period, like shows you who his character was. And I just like, man, he's without a doubt top 5, bro. Like I think him, LT, Aaron Donald, man, like
yes, he's in those top 2.
I mean, like, bro, like, and I hate it because it's like you hate to do and be like put him above other players, man. But like, I mean, physically to be able to see someone and see how they just wreck a game, bro. Like,
great time defensive player of the year.
And then on top of that, for him to come into a community that did not want him, they booed him, literally booed him, and then they prayed and to just say, "No, I'm gonna do this."
And but that's usually what they do. So like that part didn't really get to me, but it's just like the player that he was.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You're gonna get double.
No, I'm gonna show you, bro.
Every fucking you're gonna get double team no matter what. Every game, going into every game, you're gonna get double team, and then to still eclipse a sack record. You know what I'm saying? Defensive player of the year, multiple awards, and then just he was all Houston had, bro. It was all
literally what made
I just hate they never got it done. Like, I really wanted them to be here.
Bro,
the Colts, I think they lost to somebody like that. Well, they had I think they were 11-4.
Think about it like this, though, bro. Like Houston would be nothing without him. Like in reality, who are you gonna look at when you look at the Houston?
Career-wise, yeah.
You're not gonna look at anybody. You're not gonna look at Deshaun Watson and be like, "Oh, he made Houston." No,
hey, nah. Career-wise, no. Hey, no slight. My boy Andre Johnson was.
No, for sure. But I'm saying, in the sense of the Texans itself, who do you think would be the first thing the Texans?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, but my thing is like, okay, if you. And I'm not comparing the two because they're both legendary. They're both goated. Like I love both of them, but Andre Johnson wasn't vocal. But he was a big part of that community. Like he established that franchise. But J.J. Watt took it and fucking built on top of that foundation and made it even bigger. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Deshaun Watson could have did it if he didn't like getting touched so much.
But so like JJ, I think JJ's career before he even made it to the NFL, man, just shows you like how dedicated this man was to football. Because he was a walk-on at Wisconsin, and before that, he was a
Michigan. What is it? Something like that.
He played in the JUCO. He betted on himself to go a walk-on at Wisconsin. His family didn't even have money for it,
bro.
He literally said like, I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna get a scholarship to play. And then even coming out of college, people were saying, "No, the way he tackles is different." A lot of people, like you said, a lot of people in Houston didn't even like the pick.
No.
And man, dude, he even turned it even in the Hard Knocks. I don't know if you guys seen it with Arizona. He's teaching all these young pass rushers not to be scared, not to like feel bad if they don't get a sack or they're not bringing out double teams. Because he was telling him in his younger years in the Texans, he was struggling a little bit at the beginning of his career, and he just started playing ball just the way he knew how to play.
He struggled. He said it right. He struggled a little bit.
A little bit.
Fire, right?
Yeah,
he caught fire.
It's crazy. It's crazy though. That's the type of guy you want on your team, and a guy that you want to build a franchise around. Because like I said, he's a good guy. He raised a lot of money for Houston. He brings a lot of younger players under his wing. I mean, that's like an
Oh.
all-time.
One of the
That-
most
you know
unselfish
what?
players of all time.
Yeah, very good.
What's
But you know
crazy
what,
too
bro?
is
That's why I'm so scared as a Cowboys fan for Michael Parsons, bro, because his success came so quickly. Like, and you know, like it's to control that demeanor of being an it factor. To hear everybody constantly tell you like, "Oh, you the second coming to LT. You're gonna be this. You're gonna be that." And then he's having these stretch of games, bro, when he's not getting the sack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and then he'll get one or he'll get two, but it's like getting these double teams, and then you face these brick walls like Philly, and then you got to go against guys like San Francisco that's gonna with Trent Williams, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wish he had a DeMarcus Ware to pour into him the way DeMarcus Lawrence did, because DeMarcus Lawrence is like, he's a good dude, but he ain't DeMarcus Ware, dog. He's not. Let's just be honest. He lost his step. He's still effective, but like, if you look at what D. Ware did for Tank, dog, like, he made the game so much easier because he was still getting double teamed in his latter years. Like, because you know you can still get off. Like, and J.J. Watt, like, man, to think about that, because Arizona is young, bro. They're not.
They are
Immature. They're very
so
immature.
young, bro. They're so young. So I see them as like what the Jaguars are doing this year. I give like 2 or 3 years for them to get a coach and then establish a culture, and then they can probably turn that around. Because Buda Baker's a hell of a player. Isaiah Simmons is a hell of a player. They got Brian Murphy. He's a hell of a player. They got, I think it's Zach Collins or something like that. That kid's fast as shit for a linebacker. And I mean, like, they have the talent, but to put it all together and utilize it's different. So, like, man, I see J.J. Watt not being gone for very long. I see him coming back in some form or facet to coach, or like, because he has too much to give to the game, dog.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
when you literally just ooze fucking like you hear somebody
Charisma
talk,
and everything.
you
Yeah,
tell they get fired up, like, not like Michael Irvin fired up, but like, you know, they get worked up. You can tell
he has the charisma and that knowledge.
Yeah, man, he can lead men. Like, coaches.
Well, that's what they're saying, like, about Peyton too. He has that style where he takes people under his wing. So
Yeah.
You know, and he is a free agent after this season, so he is very,
Honestly,
like, chance like he might not play most of the year, and then like at the end of like a season, like someone just might pick him up for, you know, that playoff push. You know, we can very well see that, because I think, like, we were discussing like the way we were discussing in the thread, you know, like these guys, you know, because DeAndre Hopkins might leave Arizona as well.
Yeah.
These guys want that playoff run. They want that title, and they're
Has
so
he not
great.
ever made a playoff?
Yes.
yeah.
No, D-Hop.
yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, yeah. He,
But Houston with
you know
Deshaun
what?
Watson. They just
Deshaun
like won one
Watson-
game, I think.
They were. They didn't choke.
Matter of fact, they were up. They were up
choked.
27-0 on the Chiefs.
Yeah, they choked. They choked when they're 24-0. Yeah, they choked. When you put all those points against the Chiefs,
Houston, we got
and you still give them 50 points, yeah, you choke.
Bro, I completely forgot about that. That's crazy. Because they beat the Colts to play the Chiefs. And
Bro, and that same year, J.J. Watt had just come back week 17 from an injury that was supposed to take him out for the season. And then he came back, and then he played balls out to survive round one. Then was like, hell yeah, bro, first quarter, we did this, boys. Let's keep going the rest of the 3 quarters. What the fuck happened to you guys?
bro,
50 points, 50 plus points from the Chiefs.
The Chiefs said, we're
JJ.
sorry. We ran out of fireworks.
And then that's when they decided to blow it up. Oh, let's trade D-Hop for a 2nd-round pick and David Johnson. Let's go ahead and make Deshaun Watson miserable and make him and JJ want to go.
Bill O'Brien is probably the dumbest coach I've ever known.
No,
They
it
gave
wasn't
him the
Bill
G-
O'Brien
they
the
gave him the
coach. It was
GM.
Bill O'Brien the GM.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They gave him the GM job, and literally like a week later, traded their best players away. I'm like, are you serious?
That's crazy.
David Johnson, like,
But I
old
think
David Johnson.
they're headed I think they're headed upward with Lovie Smith, man. And I hope he can
They really are.
I hope he can really sustain that
We're gonna
job.
get Bryce Young.
I hope they really can.
And you see
sustain
what
that job.
everybody's saying though about that?
What?
They were saying if you're Bryce, or he goes, I don't remember who it was. He goes, if I'm Bryce Young and I know I'm going to the Texans, I'm going back to college for another year. He goes, fuck that shit. I got my NIL money. I got this. I got that. He goes, I'm not going to the Texans because they don't build around you.
Hey, a lot of people are sleeping on the Houston Texans, man.
I know, but he
They
goes,
really
I'm
are.
going to college for another year, and then if I go,
Yeah, I mean,
go
but-
2-12-1, I would too.
I can't do nothing about it.
Yeah.
2-12-1, I would too. To be fair.
But I mean, they're establishing a culture, man. Like, I mean, you got to look at what Jacksonville was the last.
Oh, for sure, I agree.
And to hit that turn, man, to finally get the right coaching position, to finally get the right system in place. I mean, it just, and I mean,
I don't know. The
Jacksonville
Brandon
had
Cooks
game
situation
plan.
reminded me of everything that happened before. Like, I don't know if they're really building that culture. That Brandon Cooks thing shouldn't be happening.
Yeah, but
That's one thing that blows my mind, bro. If Brandon Cooks, he's a homer, wants to fucking leave and not play and shit like that, something's got to be going on. Like,
Who got traded that he was so devastated? Who was it that got traded? Like,
it was
that
that
long ago.
deadline, and then
No, it was like last year. It was like one of his.
well, I'm saying this year he wanted to get traded at the trade deadline, and they didn't trade him, so he got pissed. Remember? And then he sat out the next like 3 games.
No, I know that, but I'm saying like last year, I think they traded someone at the trade deadline, and it was like one of like their best players, like one of his buddies, and he just wasn't the same
I
since.
don't remember that.
So I forgot who it was. I need to really look into it, but yeah, I know after that, that's kind of where like his dedication, motivation with the Texans just kind of ended. And it's kind of weird because everyone will trade for a first round pick for Brandon Cooks, but nobody will keep him. We don't. Patriots, Saints, Rams. I don't get it.
it's crazy too. And he was such a threat, man. And it's like him and Tyreek Hill were kind of like those guys.
Well,
I hated the point when he left Drew Brees because that was a fucking.
What's nuts too is he's been consistent with an inconsistent quarterback for multiple years now.
Yeah.
Like he's been super consistent. So
that's the league, though, man. I'm just Jose, what you got cooking up for these playoffs, man? What we gonna be talking about?
All right. Well, talking about cooking, let's go ahead and let's go and put the sweat back on. Where did Alex leave? When did he leave?
I don't know.
There he is. Isn't that the internet again, Papas? You're good.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice. I was looking up other stuff.
Justin got to the house.
Why? We're not done. We're not done. The fuck? I'm trying to look at who it was they got rid of. I forgot. Anyways, right in though. That's all right. Anyways, cooking for the playoffs. Well, oh no, we haven't talked about it. We know we got in a few weeks we should be doing our end of the year awards. We should be doing our correlation, pretty much, our consensus QB rankings, RB rankings, wide receiver rankings. We'll be doing that. We could do defense as well if y'all want. I know Alex is a big defense fan. I look goofy with this thing. I love it. That big old head, it actually fits. I'm surprised.
Are you gonna make burgers for the Super Bowl? Is that?
My tutu, maybe. I'll think about it. That's have to
I
wear
don't know
tutu.
if you can wear that bet.
Yeah, James, I have to wear a tutu for the Super Bowl.
Why?
I lost a bet to Art when the Bears beat the Patriots.
Oh, shit. Damn.
But
yeah,
okay.
I got an idea. I say we do once the playoffs is set in stone. I say we do
A bracket.
A pick it.
Like a pick 'em bracket to see who advances. And
I'm down for that.
I think I'm pretty much declared the winner for the regular season one. So I don't think y'all can catch up on. So
No.
I think Trey's like 20 points behind, and I don't think that's gonna be the last 2 weeks gonna get caught up.
All right,
The Broncos way too much, bro.
Sleeper, bro. You just stay to sleep. I'm sorry.
All right. James, you got any final thoughts that's happened this week that we haven't discussed? Actually, we didn't even have you last week. Any thoughts that you have that you want to share the last 2 weeks?
Really just last 2 weeks. I just hate the fucking the double standard that they use with the Dallas and Eagles game. I really hate that.
Oh, that is annoying.
I hate that, it was.
I told you they would. I told you they would.
Yeah, you did. You were spot on. But it baffles me, bro, just across the board, across all of the media that the Cowboys won. Well, they lost with Cooper Rush, and then they won with Dak Prescott, and then they had Jalen Hurts. And I get it. I feel like Jalen Hurts would have made a lot of different plays, man. He takes risks. he's so mobile that he makes the defense like, you got to stay on your toes. You got to worry about the QB scramble. But I just think on a different spectrum, like that defense was still the nucleus of that team, and to allow 40 points. And granted, yeah, they said some of the turnovers were on open field or I guess on our side of the field. I think that played a big part in it too. But to still give up 40 points when your defense is top 3 in the league is, I think that's something to stand on. And I think Dallas showed a little bit of, I think we showed a little bit more vulnerability than we should have in with that secondary. And of course, Diggs is going to take his chances. He's going to jump his routes. And, he got on those double moves. I think that's something that we got to worry about going into playoff season. Just running, I would like to see us run more 2 safety high. I think we run one too much single safety high, and like if he's gonna jump those routes, you need some type of help. Because you see what happened to Darius Slay when you get caught looking in the backfield. That's Pro Bowl Darius Slay, and that's 35-year-old, 36-year-old T.Y. Hilton. So you know what I'm saying? It just shows you what can happen.
I'm talking about that one that Diggs jumped on. He got
no, but that's what I'm saying because Dallas Goedert murdered us up the field, bro. Like 3 plays in a row.
Yeah,
I really hope that the Cowboys can get past the Bucs because they've never been Tom Brady. So even though they are the better team, that stigma is going to be there until they beat them. I really want to see Eagles Cowboys 3, both with Jalen, both with with Dak.
Exactly. That's my prayer, bro. I promise you, like it's no way around it. Everybody, we want to go up, we want to go down. Like fuck the number 1 seed. I want Philly playoffs. Mano, healthy and healthy.
Calling them out.
I want them, bro, because it's like it'll end all the shit talking. Plus, like I do want to be Brady, but that's not New England Brady, so I don't even care about beating him like that. And I think
not even 2020 Brady.
Yeah, like it's like your dad beating you in basketball your whole life, and you turn 18 and you dunk.
You get Giselle-less Brady. Brady.
Bro, I'm just saying, like, you look like.
Hey, but that got a pretty good game after that pick 6. He bounced back.
What the fuck are you cutting with those scissors?
That's what I'm saying, bro. You good with them scissors, B?
Oh yeah, they're right in front of me.
Dak was spot on, man. I love it. Dak was so spot on in that game. Like after that pick, because I was like. The pick shouldn't have happened. It really shouldn't have. The ball should have been logged, man. But like I said, those guys they got so many fucking defensive linemen. Just Ingram,
Josh Sweat,
Linval Joseph, Dominican Sue, Fletcher Cox. Like, bro, Jordan Davis.
Stupid.
Who else do you want? Like,
stupid.
They never get tired, bro. Like, they never get tired. Like, that's what made me so mad. And they were getting to Dak like nobody's business, bro. Like our line, I was
6 times, bro.
I was in the third quarter. Like, can we touch Gardner Minshew? Like, can we just touch him? Like, can we graze him? Can we blow a smoochie?
You can't touch a stat.
You can't. Like, let me twist the fucking end to your shit,
bro. Never touched. Fucking clean jersey all fucking day.
I mean, just spotless, bro. Like, so I mean, like, I understand it's gonna be that's gonna be a tough out, bro. They shuffle
in Philly, the cold outdoor stadium. Woo!
They're gonna shuffle multiple running backs, bro. Like they got Dallas Goedert, they got AJ Brown, Devontae Smith.
That was Dallas Goedert's game back. That was Goddard's game
back. They got Speed Demon and Quez Watkins, bro. So like they're gonna be rolling on all cylinders, and they're gonna be waiting. I guarantee you, just like we want them, they don't want nobody else in that second round.
Right. Let me ask y'all real quick. Let's start with Trey. I'll do Trey here. What team gets the final AFC spot in the playoffs? Wildcard spot. So it's between Dolphins, Patriots, Jets, Titans, Steelers, Raiders. Well, Tua's out, by the way, I think this week. Tua is out.
Yeah,
so it'll be a 5-game losing streak if they lose. Which they should. They should beat the Patriots.
Man, honestly, fuck. I'm thinking I don't want to say it, but the Raiders, but I don't.
No, not they.
That's what I'm saying. I don't want to say it. I'm thinking the Titans.
And the Titans are benching the Derrick Henry.
Are they really benching him? I didn't read
Yeah.
that. Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
he's not playing tomorrow.
Yeah, Vrabel said he's not playing tomorrow, which is a
He don't give a fuck about your fantasy
I
teams.
don't even fucking know, bro.
They were going.
So between the Jets, the Patriots, the Dolphins, those teams making. Well, Mike White's back. Mike White is back. So
Yeah, but the Jets are still the Jets, bro.
now with Mike White, it's different, bro.
I'm gonna say the Dolphins, to be completely serious, just because of the talent around the quarterback. Personally,
And Tyreek Hill doesn't make the playoffs. Imagine. Okay,
that'd be crazy. I'm gonna say the Dolphins.
Alex, what about you? Who you got?
The Steelers look really.
I know it's
the
the
last
last five.
I know it's a long shot. It's a long shot for them to make it.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go the same thing. Dolphins. I don't know, man. I want to see them in the playoffs. A lot of people didn't have them there this year, but I know if they don't make it, a lot of people are gonna hate on them. But I'm still gonna go with the Dolphins.
Well, Tua's got 3 concussions this year, man. I don't blame them if they don't make it.
I know, man. It's so that's crazy.
Like they don't no offense to Teddy Bridgewater. Like I don't think he can deliver that ball to Tyreek and Waddle how they want it. And that just
But I
makes the
think
run
they're
game
for Teddy. That's the good part about that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, and Teddy is a decent player enough to get the ball moving. So, who knows?
James, what about you? Who you got in that final spot?
Final spot, man. I somehow, some way, he saves his coaching career. Not saves it, but it don't look so bad. I feel like the Patriots take it. I feel like.
Wow.
I think the Jets. They can, and it's gonna take White to ball out. Like White's gonna have to ball out. But he can do it. Like if I don't take the Patriots, I want to take the Jets. With the Dolphins, I feel like Teddy can get it done, but I think it's the chemistry, man. I think, and it's shown when Tua has gotten hurt. Like Teddy don't got that same chemistry. You seen him and Waddle out of sync. He's trying to
see Hill more emotional with Teddy.
Yeah. And it's like I just think the team chemistry. Like, I think they took too many close losses. Like so, I feel like the momentum and the vibe that they had early on. Like I don't think you see that same Dolphins momentum. Like I think they're lacking, and I just don't think they close out the season well. And it's a sad falling for what could have been for the damn Miami Dolphins because that defense
is good. Offense is good.
Just a few weeks ago, they were 8-3, and now they're 8-7.
Like, and then you look at adding like, man, you adding the Bradley Chubb, bro. Like that unit on the defense is so young and so they're it, bro. So.
Yep.
So my 2 teams that I think that are going actually the only ones that should be in contention, arguably, but because of the injury and circumstances to the other teams, it's the Jets and the Steelers. Like that for me, I'm actually going to say like those 2. The Dolphins, look, man, they got a 4-game losing streak. I mean, even with Tua, like that's still a 4-game losing streak with him. Mike White, even though they will be playing away games at at Seattle, at Miami. I think Mike White, man, he brings that swag, he brings that motivation for the Elijah Moores, for the Garrett Wilsons, But the Steelers, they getting past the Ravens this week. Oh my God, they find a way. But I'm gonna lean with the Jets to take the last spot. Patriots, bro. I mean, that Raiders game. Come on. If they won the Raiders game and then they do that little comeback with the Bengals, and I'm like, okay, a little motivated. As a Patriots fan, fuck no. They don't. Mac Jones does not deserve that spot. Matt Patricia does not deserve that spot. No.
Speaking of the Patriots, have you seen the video of everybody calling Mac Jones a dirty player?
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
What's football?
No. Like him sticking his leg up when people are jumping over him.
Yes.
When he crotch Brisker and
like okay, somebody put like a little compilation together, and some of the plays he did, they're kind of.
He put a Panthers play on the knee bar. He crotched freaking Brisker.
Some of those plays, bro,
he went low on Eli Apple.
He did basically a crackback block.
Hey, but no, look, bro, it's. Fuck it, it's football. Like it's
some of those things I'm like,
not able to do the same thing to him.
Some quarterbacks ain't even going to attempt to do what he's doing.
True.
Like I look at Mac Jones as that guy that he don't have all the intangibles, but
he really
he don't have all the intangibles, but he be trying to do with it. Like he tries to like make it up in other areas. Like,
Bro, this man trying to tackle Chandler Jones. You realize like nobody else gonna do that. No one is gonna try to tackle Chandler Jones.
Hey,
bro, that was the saddest stiff form ever, bro. Like
that
you
was
know what?
so funny. By the way,
Like I said, if they might call it dirty, I'm saying he's doing to them what they do to him. Okay, like that's your journey as a defensive player is trying to kill the quarterback. Guess what?
No,
when the quarterback fights back, you're gonna now you bitching. Come on,
that's what I'm saying. Like all day long, and then like you think about these motherfuckers get pushed late, hit late, dug into the ground, spun around all type of ways, like legs rolled up. All it's just so much that happens to the quarterback. Like everybody can't be fucking Josh Allen, all right?
Let me ask this: for football fans, football players, whatever you are, when Burfict KO'd Antonio Brown, did anyone have a problem with Juju retaliating the next season?
Fuck no.
No, they did not.
No, you know some hits, bro. Like some hits I can think of off the rip. I don't know if y'all remember the hit.
Shit, there's that one this weekend with what's his face? God, dude, that was nasty.
The hit on what's his name? Fucking wide receiver from the wide receiver dreads from the Cleveland Browns. He was like a
Josh Cripps.
There you go. When he got folded, like
by James Harrison.
There you go, dog. Fuck, like that hit right there.
One of my
Mike White got speared this season.
That shit, that ain't nothing, bro.
One of my favorites still to this day was when Antonio Brown returned that kick or that punt return and drop kick boy.
Oh my god, bro! I remember like immediately on Twitter, like somebody fucking put the like when he kicked him, they put like "This is Sparta," like it was fucking hilarious.
Oh, dude, that's still one of my favorites to this day.
One of the nastiest hits I probably was Brian Dawkins spearing Reggie Bush.
Reggie Bush,
right? On the sweep.
Reggie Bush. Drew Brees was wrong for that shit.
Flare.
He set him up. He set him up bad.
You gotta take that sack, dog. Fuck that. Drew Brees
one
was
of
yeah.
Hey,
bro, he killed them.
We're talking about
playoffs. On a punter.
We're talking about playoffs, right? So I was reading something right now. It says there's still NFL chaos scenario, still possible entering Monday. 9-way tie for 3 spots in the AFC. Titans and Jags both get in, plus the Raiders. There's a 3-way tie for AFC first seed between the Bengals, the Bills, and the Chiefs. There's a 5-way tie for 2 spots in the NFC. Panthers and Bucks both get in. 14 teams at 8 and 9 overall, and only 8 teams over 500. That's
crazy. You know what? I was looking at that too. Was it Monday? Yeah, I was looking at that Monday because I was thinking like, bro, when you really get past the Bills, the Bengals, the Cowboys, the Chiefs, and the Eagles, like, bro, everybody else is like barely above 500.
No, but like you think about it,
season.
Both
Jaguars are in.
Both NFC and NFC from the 4th seed down are trash record wise. Yes. On this projection, you have I'm gonna read 1 through 8. I mean, 1 through 7 in this scenario. Bengals, Bills, Chiefs, and then it goes Titans, Ravens, Jags, and Raiders. So as soon as you hit the Titans, it's terrible. The NFC, it goes Eagles, Vikings, 49ers, and then it goes laughable Panthers, Bucks, Giants, and then Dallas. I don't know how I'm sorry. It goes Panthers, Dallas, Giants, Bucks. My fault.
Yeah.
But besides Dallas, that's the only team that's like, you're kidding me, right? Like they're in the fucking playoff running. That's terrible.
That whole division is.
So is Green Bay.
Don't make the playoffs.
The Packers.
Green Bay is down. They're 7 and 8 right now, or 7 and 9 or whatever. So they could.
That's Packers have won their last 3.
There's the playoffs is still so wide open. It's nuts, dude.
All right, so who wins? So who wins the NFC South? Bucks, Panthers, or Saints?
Man, I like the Panthers.
I like the Panthers to win it because I feel like they can do more, like on both sides of the ball. But I think
their defense is really underrated.
Yeah,
the Panthers' defense is really underrated.
Trust me, I would love to play the Saints or the fucking Panthers in the playoffs and get that easy walk to the fucking next round. But because both of those teams' lines are atrocious. Offensively,
You're not
those
wrong.
lines are atrocious, bro. Offensive line, fucking
Alvin
terrible.
Kamara can't get past the line of scrimmage.
No. He don't even
They're
care.
terrible. But what could happen to us also too is like defensively, both of those defenses are kind of not. Both of those defenses are kind of nasty in the Panthers and the Panthers and the Saints. But I think the somehow, some way, Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does. They secure that spot.
That's what I was.
This whole fucking playoff Lenny is dead.
That's exactly what I was.
Not resurrected, and we can start to run.
All three of those teams, they have the most quote unquote potential because of who they have. That's the
Terrible
crazy
division. Terrible division.
That's so crazy, bro.
All right.
My fucking mind.
So outside of those teams, who gets the last two spots in the NFC? Giants, Commanders, Seahawks, Lions, Packers.
That's so sad, bro.
Commanders, and man, dude, I like the Lions.
Commanders and Lions for you?
They're both long shots, so they're both.
The Commanders are long shots. Commanders are a long shot, depending on if we need that game. If we don't need that game, I feel like
they could be.
You're in. You don't need it. You're already in. You don't need it.
Well, no, I mean, like I'm saying, because if we're trying to play for number one, because somehow, some way, we can kind of steal it. Like
Eagles win this week, you don't have to no more.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say.
Play. Who the Eagles got
this week?
Yeah.
Trey, you said Packers.
Yeah, I'm
They have
thinking
the Saints this week.
I'm going Packers.
There you have it. We're not playing. Well, so
I just don't think the Lions defense can stop enough. That's the problem. Their offense is cold,
but their defense is sporadic, bro. Like they hold up for a half, and then
that's what I'm
they
saying.
got the Bears this week, and then they have the Packers. So Lions and Packers might be fighting for that last spot.
Fourth quarter
in a week.
Yeah.
And that's tough. I'm going. Man, fuck.
It's so tough, bro. Dude, that would be wild, right? The Packers and Lions last game of the season for the spot. That's nuts, bro.
Bro, I sent you that text. It's like the Jags versus
happen.
Titans is going to be for the AFC South title. The Lions and the Packers are going to fight. Ravens and Bengals are going to fight for the AFC North title. Like,
I give it to the Packers, bro. I just feel like I find it's like I just got to go Packers. Aaron Rodgers has to. He just
plus they've been doing decent enough to do
3-game winning streak right now.
Yeah, that's
defense is balling, run game is there.
The second team, fuck, I don't even know, bro. I really don't like.
Did you say the
Lions?
Maybe the Seahawks. Maybe the Seahawks.
Gino's gonna turn it around. He has not been doing well the last few weeks.
No, but I mean that could be a potential turnaround.
Who else is left?
Giants, Commanders, Seahawks, Lions, and Packers.
Yeah, Packers.
The Giants. I like the Giants.
So Giants and Packers for you?
Yeah, I like the Giants are healthy. Give me the Giants. Giants are healthy.
You had who?
Seahawks and Packers.
Okay, it's gonna be a wild. For me, I'll say the Bucks win their division. Going back to that conversation, and then these last few weeks, Washington fucked up by putting Carson Wentz back on the field.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, bro. Fuck wrong with them.
Give me. You know what? They fuck each other over and they tie. Give me both Packers and Lions.
That would be hilarious. What did they talk about it?
Crazy.
What did they talk about at the beginning of the game? They're like, let's just tie.
It could have been the Raiders and
last year, right?
Chargers. Last year. They could have tied it.
Aaron's like, hey, Jared, you want some ayahuasca, bro? Let's talk about this tie.
That's funny. That would be wild, bro.
And then that's 3 teams in the NFC North.
Didn't the Raiders one from last year almost happen too? Didn't they go to overtime?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it got really.
They would have tied it. They would have made it.
That's right.
But that's if the Raiders wanted to tie. That doesn't mean like I don't think they wanted to. Obviously they won.
But everybody talked about. They were like, "Oh, they planned this shit." I remember.
No, they were hyping the potential.
They were going to.
No, they weren't.
They were going to. They were. Yes, they were.
Funny.
They weren't gonna try. They weren't gonna try a 60-yard field goal to win it. I remember because I think the coach from the Chargers called
Well,
the
then why
timeout.
try winning anyways?
Yeah,
So then why try winning anyways? That's not true. That's my point. Like they still went out to win it. They could have just fucking let it go. They didn't have to. They could have just let it go. Nah, they weren't. They weren't going to give the Chargers the satisfaction of getting into the playoffs. That's a division rival.
Yeah.
You ain't getting. You ain't letting them in, bro. There ain't no like, hey Justin, come here. I like your long hair, bro. You want to playoffs spot?
It was Austin Eckler after the game. Austin Eckler was gonna tell him. Austin Eckler after the game
that's their thing. That's
Carson.
the coach is different, bro. Remember the special teams coach was the head coach of the Raiders at the time, and he was like, "Fuck that shit. I'm not trying to go for that shit."
Yeah.
No, look, I saw this guys on Instagram.
2 hours confirmed.
Yep. What game was it? The Jets? Was it the Jets and the Jets?
The Buff Fumble?
No. It was on I think the Jets and the Patriots or Jets and the Chargers, something like that, where the Jets, no. Somebody was going to have a kickoff return, and it was a save tackle that assured the Jets to get the first round pick. Well, no, the Jaguars to get the first round pick and the Jets to get the next one. So the Jets could have had, if they would have let the return go, they would have got the first round pick and lost the game. I want to say it was against the Patriots. And if they would have lost that game, they would have got the first round pick and they would have had Trevor Lawrence. Instead, they fucking won the game and they ended up with fucking Zach Wilson. All because of fucking kickoff return, bro. I was like,
and that's my point. You don't want to lose to your division rival.
Nope.
So that's the thing. All right. Well, I think we've discussed enough things for tonight. That's a way to close out 2022. Fun draft, fun discussions, fun debates. Definitely gonna see a lot of this on the TikTok this week. Stay safe, guys, this weekend. Drinking, fireworks, smoking, whatever the fuck you're doing. Just stay safe. That's all I ask. We want to see y'all coming back 2023, overall as guests or, commenters, whatever. Have your funds, guys. We're going to have a lot to go on for the next 2 weeks. Like I said, I want to do consensus QB, wide receiver, RB rankings. So, you know what? If the guys are free, maybe we'll do two episodes a week to get that done quickly by end of the year awards after week 18. So that way we can actually get like some good shit going. I don't know who Trey's going to pick for knockout of the year, but we'll see. Well, we have definitely more things to do. We fucking, role players only today's NBA draft. We could have decades only NBA draft. We'll see what we could do to spice things up, to have fun here. But for James, guys, thank you for being on, my man. It's been a few weeks there. This side right there. But yeah, having you this last month, bro, has been a lot of fun. Trey, bro, came in like full time and has been hot like every week, just like bringing the joy to the team. So awesome stuff. Alex, man, you're greater than what your internet connection is, man. Your mind is fucking awesome, but your connection is weeks. It's you know what? You are the Justin Fields of the team. You have all the talent, the mindset in the world, but your team is lacking.
You're O-line. You're O-line, bro.
I need some help. Need some wide receiver help over here.
Art, Marco, I don't know if y'all listening or watching this later when you do, but appreciate y'all for this year, guys, for y'all hopping on, for all the guests we've had, my buddy Kay, Steven, Mike, Jay, appreciate y'all for being on, for what y'all have done this year. Truly grateful for all the things that have been going on this last few months alone, with the whole like TikTok subscribers on YouTube and all that stuff. It's been a lot of fun to see. Hope to see more growth for the podcast to come.
2023, baby.
There we go, baby. But for James, for Alex, for Trey, guys, I am Jose Garza, and final send off for 2022. We are Puro Pinche Sports, and we are out.
Bang.
The Shady McCoy